torch going on. Welcome.
The ocean's beautiful.
Rough night, life on a landslide. End of the tunnel's coming, something's got to give. I can't just keep on digging down deeper. I tried to keep up.
I'm just trying to get into them because, you know, they're fancy and I like fancy things.
We've woken up to pure perfection. Katie wants to have a look at a shop in the bush.
Shop in the bush. So yes, it says antiques, books, vintage jewellery. Sounds like a nice little shop to potter around in and find something cool. Oh, I just got a text!
You got reception.
I got reception!
It all fades away. I'm not nervous like before.
Sugar?
Yes, please. It only took a lifetime. From a million miles away, you knew just what to say. Like tracers in the night.
So we got to get the dump point here, and we got to hopefully get some water. Yeah, it says drinking water only. Washing of vehicles prohibited. So that's what they're doing. They're filling up with water over there, obviously. So this is just a little. What is this exactly?
Just an overnighter.
Just an overnight free camp, just on the outskirts of St Helens. We've just stopped here to empty the dunny. We've done a bunch of shopping in town, loading up. We're going out to, what's that place called? Are we going? Castaway Swim Cart Beach, I think, which is just out in the Bay of Fires somewhere. The weather's not looking great for the next few days, but it kind of doesn't look great anywhere that we've seen on the forecast. So we're just going to give it a crack, and hopefully it all turns out all right. We've loaded up on food, fuel, getting water, and everything should be good. So, oh, there was a really lovely providore in town too that had some great looking stuff. What do you got there?
Just some sausages and cheese.
Sausages and cheese?
Yeah.
Are you excited? Do you like sausages?
They sort of give me a headache.
Do you like sausages? What? So
She's
yes or
saying
no?
that's a yes.
Okay. And the IGAs did the job. But Lifeboy, the Lifeboy Cafe, great coffee, beautiful food. Definitely check that place out. That's a recommendation. No, they're pretty. Maybe we just don't throw them on the ground. Come on, in you go. Anyway, back to it, and then Swim Cart Beach next.
I'm 4 steps away from knocking on your door. It all fades away. I'm not nervous like before.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Not fun.
What just happened then?
We didn't think, because normally we're big thinkers on like getting at places early for a spot. And today we just thought, oh well, we'll go and have a coffee, I'll do some laundry. And then we forgot about time, and then got here and all the spots were taken.
Got here. Where's
Got
here?
Bay of Fires. Like,
We're not at
all
Bay of Fires now.
Well,
though.
no,
Where
we
are
got
we
to the
here?
Bay of Fires, like, and there's heaps of little campsites dotted along there, but all of them are full. So now we've just come back to, I don't even know what it's called.
Mounting Bay, isn't it?
Yeah. Which is not, it's not bad. It's like, we're still like, there's water down there. I think it's an estuary, maybe. Christian can have a flick.
It could be a bay.
Is it?
It could be a bay because it's Mounting Bay. Could be a bay. Who knows? So, yeah, it wasn't all perfect, was it, babe? No. We ended up fighting, couldn't get the van to level because our levelers kept slipping along the grass where we did try and pull up at swim cart beach, and then we met this lovely old man who came over and saw us when we were sort of struggling to get the van leveled with the levelers that didn't work. That's another story. And he was like, hey, I'm leaving at 8 o'clock in the morning, you guys, if you want to just come back then. He said you can have our spot and it's right on the water. So happy days. So that's what we're going to do. And for now we're at Mounting Bay, which is not too bad, but we probably wouldn't normally have picked a place like this because of all the trees and no ability to get solar. But batteries are full. We're at 100% because I've been driving and there's been solar today, so no stress about that. But yeah, not all roses. It doesn't always go to plan. And I suppose when you have no plan, then it maybe doesn't go to plan because you've got no plan. We didn't plan to fail. We planned to be free. That's what freedom gets you. A spot in the shade on what could be a roundabout, but no, we won't go there. Anyway, tomorrow, swim cart beach. But this is proof that it's not all smooth sailing. Sometimes stuff just doesn't go to plan. Hey babe.
Yeah, and don't use a laundromat at St. Helens because they do not dry your clothes. Like on either spin cycle, I can still wring water out.
There you go. Don't use that laundromat if you don't want to have to wring your clothes out afterwards. So yeah. Anyway, I need a beer. And I'm going to have a chat to someone who's messaged us on Instagram about our van because he wants to get a marble and he's down here in Tassie. Good times. What a legend. Tomorrow, let's try again. What are you doing?
Taking my wet clothes off the clothesline so I can hang them up again later. Can't wait.
Last night was pretty rough. Dale didn't go to sleep till 11:30, 12 o'clock. Kept everyone awake. It was, apparently she had weird feeling toes. So everyone's a bit rough this morning, except this one. She slept through everything, as always. And now we're going up to meet this old mate at Swim Cart Beach who's going to give us this primo spot. What a legend. Bit of a passing of the torch going on here. We rolled in, we were going to meet this old fella down the way, but it looked like the spot was a bit small and we just did a couple of laps. These guys here, good old Joe from WA, him and his family just said, hey, you guys can have this spot if you're keen. We jagged this one as well, so you know, we're just about to bail out, so they come up and grabbed us, and yeah, now he's about to bounce out. We're about to bounce in. So we got the prime spot up on the hill. Looks good. Should be good fun. So good on you, Joe. Thank you. Legend. Welcome to Swim Cart Beach, mate. This is unreal. Heaps of people come here. It's a really popular spot. This is not discovering anything new or exciting, but it's pretty rare to get a beachside Freecamp like for free, like this here. And yeah, basically, there's just row upon row of or rows of vans down here, and basically heaps of beachfront sites. But you do have to sort of wrangle it to get one. It's not easy. There's been pumping swell out here all morning. Right hand, left hand brakes. It's pretty big. It's killing me not to be surfing. My back is not 100% still. Like, I'm getting around and it's all right, but the reality is I don't know if I could go surfing or anything like that right now, but bit of a bummer because it does look epic out there, even though it's a little bit windy. So what we're doing today is we're just going to go for a drive, I think, suss out a few other spots up there if we can get the van into them, and then if we can, then we'll have a go. But yeah, anyway, swim cart so far, it's turning it on. It's just epic. What do you think of this?
The ocean's beautiful.
life on a landslide. End of the tunnel's coming, something's got to give. I can't just keep on digging down deeper. I tried to keep her.
We're just heading north from down where we are at Swim Cart Beach. Found a really lovely spot, and we might move there if we can. We're not sure. It's got such a sick view. There's someone next to it at the moment. But yeah, we're just kind of cruising, looking at the different beaches, see if we can find a spot that looks good to go fishing, because we don't have any beach rods, so we're just trying to find a spot where maybe some rocks and some clear water and sand bottom. So hopefully we'll find that around the corner. But yeah, just driving around here and the things you see, pretty beautiful. It's an epic place. Really is lovely, and I'm so glad the weather's come good. So
Think about quitting dating. I'm running too low on luck. I don't think we can fix this. I won't get too ambitious. I shut reality's bad luck. I wanna be
Two are
close
good with a
up
10 in 3, 2, 1.
So heaps of people have been asking me why Bay of Fire's got its name, or how Bay of Fire's got its name, and everyone just assumes that it's the orange rocks everywhere, the orange red rocks. But apparently it's named after Tobias Furneaux. In 1773, the Bay of Fires comes from seeing the many fires lit by the northeast coastal plains Aboriginal people. So apparently they used to burn off vegetation, so obviously to renew new plant growth and get animals to the area so they could hunt.
down. I'm walking on wires lately. I'm keeping my balance, but I don't think we can fix this. I won't get too ambitious. No.
So Ada knows this song, right? I don't know, what's the song called?
The pyramid scheme and
Pyramid Scheme Money. All right, you ready? How does it go? You tell me. You tell me and I'll sing it. Hey!
Hey, come back here!
A lot of things go like this with little Lady May. She'll be back.
What are you doing, Kate?
I'm gonna have these pictures.
$1 more. Cute.
Whose money is this?
We're paying out her $5 for her taking a cold swim in the river with you. $2.
You said you'd give me 5.
Oh, you're getting your $5.
So I only had a $50 note.
Buckaroos. Did she give her a 50?
Yeah, she gave me $45 change.
$45 change. So you now have one $50 note.
Yep.
And if Mom,
What?
can we play a game of you know?
I feel like we might get ripped off here, Kate.
Because we're... What?
Getting
No.
ripped off.
No, it's just business, babe. It's business when you bribe the kids.
Dude, you don't break a 50 on a $5 thing in the river.
You do what you gotta do to keep your word. I think you owe Ada some money too.
Oh, yeah, really? Schoolwork, Mum? Going well? Going great guns. Mum loves schoolwork. What's it gonna be, Dale?
Which sentence from the text proves your answer to part A is correct? That is true.
How you doing, Ada?
What are you doing?
Cute.
Katie's been at this for a couple of hours now, and eventually it gets the better of her, doesn't it, babe?
It has been a couple of hours, but yeah, it does. Really frustrates me.
What do you got there?
Money.
What's that for?
Oysters that my dad wants.
Oysters? Are you excited? Do you like oysters?
Never have, so never will.
I didn't know if you liked oysters, Kate.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
What's the go?
They look creamy.
They look creamy. You're not into creaminess.
Nah. I'm not really into them. I'm just trying to get into them because, you know, they're fancy and I like fancy things. Just like doisy.
She's like, oh,
So
they're
doisy.
creamy. Creamy gollies. Oh, I can't.
See, I told you I like fancy things.
You can have a go. Crazy thing.
What happened, mate?
I caught a stingray.
Yeah. What happened to him?
He took my lure with the hook in it, and then now he's died. Now he died.
Well, we don't know he's dead. He might though. But he did get away, didn't he? Bit of a bummer. Were you excited though about catching that? And now
Yeah.
what do you call yourself now that you've hooked into a stingray?
The best fisher.
The master fisher.
We've just finished exploring and just having a bit of a fish down at Dora Point. We were just looking for a place to get out of the wind, really, and to get away from the big swell, because there's massive swell. So Dora Point campground is kind of, I don't know, maybe about 10 minutes or so from where we're staying up at Swimcart Beach, back towards St Helens, and it's pretty much it's the mouth of the inlet, or the St Helens Bay, or whatever it is called. I don't actually know what it's called, but it's basically where all the water comes in. There's this big deep channel there, water rushing through, but there's all these lovely little sort of areas where there's not as much current and little places to fish and stuff. So anyway, yeah, we went down there, and unbelievable. You'll just see that, yeah, just such a picturesque, picture-perfect place. I think that's what the Bay of Fires is all about, pretty much, if there's not 6 foot of swell smashing onto the beach and an onshore breeze, which is what we've got at the moment. So this is maybe a taste of what it's like normally, that just beautiful squeaky white silica sand and unbelievably clear water, beautiful blues, turquoises, greens. It's just, yeah, magical. So anyway, that was awesome, and now we're going back to have some oysters and sit by the beach. Tough life. Love it down here. If you haven't had oysters, how do you know that you don't like them?
I don't know.
This is like our unofficial bar here. We use it as our bar. We have never had a bar before, but this is honestly where we often
It's got the
congregate.
bar fridge. I mean,
It's
hello.
got the bar fridge.
It's got the perfect height bar.
It is. It's really good for leaning. Hey, like it's just a good leaning height there. Bloody unreal. So this is where we're going to have our oysters this afternoon. Sun's setting. It's still blowing a gale out there. Kate's a bit wiggy because they look really creamy. The oysters look super, super juicy. She's not a big fan of juicy oysters. bloody enormous.
That's huge.
Far out. Oh my god. So I'm going to level with you. They are delicious. I prefer the small ones. The small ones I really like, but those big suckers, oh mate, they are intense. We'll keep going. I'm going to smash another big one. We'll see how that goes. In there, we've basically just got a good bit of rock salt, a little dribble of the seasoned soy sauce for seafood, and some lemon juice. And it's just sort of sitting in there, swilling around, just to tense them up a bit, I reckon. It's kind of like a ceviche sort of deals, where they use like a citrus-based acid, like a lemon juice or a lime juice to cook the fish, right? So I suppose that's kind of what's happening there.
Better? Alright, I'll have one more.
That just reminds me of Japanese, like Japanese flavors.
This one looks like it's got tentacles.
It doesn't have tentacles, I promise you. Yeah? Better.
Do you know what?
Is it not better? What's wrong
It's
with
not
it?
so much the flavour. Ooh. It's the texture. The texture. I just find it really hard to swallow it.
I'm not going to say it.
I know. I was like, oh, here we go.
Rabble, look out, Jesus. Alright, so that's it. Cheers.
Cheers.
First time we've done this actually. Basically got a little 12 volt pump from Bunnings, water pump, and we just went into town because, I mean, we're not empty with water in the van, but kids want to have longer showers and stuff like that, and you can't really do that when we're properly off grid like this. Like, water's the limiting factor. Power is fine. It's like, how much water can we carry? And you don't want to have to move the van, lose the spot and all the rest of it. So there's a 40 litre tank in the back of the canopy that we've got from Norwell. And pretty much, yeah, I've just gone into town, filled that up. We use our best water filters, and that takes the smell and the taste and any weird stuff out of it. Pretty much, just pump that, get the water in the car. You can just fill up with a little hose attachment down here. This is basically just a right angle fitting from Bunnings, and then using that, and pretty much, yeah, first time ever we've used it. Looks like it's going well so far, and it's filtered on the way in, and just in case there's any sort of nasties or whatever in the tank, because it was left empty for a while we travelled and stuff like that, and you know, just probably gave it a rinse out and then just make sure that it's filtered before it goes back in, so it should be all good. So yeah, pretty stoked with that. And now we've got extra water there, and everyone should be happy. Longer showers, and yeah, Bob's your uncle. Morning. It's a beautiful morning actually. Sun's up, which has been rare because the sun's been burning the cloud off about lunchtime, in between lunchtime and 2.
So, where are we going, babe?
Binalong Bay. We drove through there the other day and we saw some little rock pools that had beautiful little swimming areas in them, which were like crystal clear and gorgeous.
Right, let's go.
So pretty.
Do you love me? You do now.
Always.
You do now.
Yes.
Binalong Bay. Cheers.
Every
Do you
time I
think
hear the
that-
word, I'm like, I got that song
Been
in
a
my
long
head.
time.
It's been a long time, been a long bay, been a long, 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 lonely bay.
Yes, I married her. I married her. So this is our last night here at Swim Cart. You can see swell. It's pretty much perfect. It's offshore. We still haven't had a surf. It's killing me. But sunset is going off. It's so epic here tonight. It's such a beautiful evening, and I tell you what, I almost don't want to leave, but we're going to maybe a place that's better tomorrow, so Anson's Bay or Anson's Beach, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I better get back to shooting because that is awesome. So if you're thinking what I'm thinking, then yes, it is criminal that I'm not out there surfing right now. It is such an awesome day. It's just, we've woken up to pure perfection. Light offshore wind, it's just so glassy. The waves look like hollow little tubes. Like, man, it just looks glorious out there. I'm almost wanting to stay another day, but we're going to Anson's Bay today, so we're gonna go into town, get a couple of things, gear up, and then head north. I think it's about an hour up the way or something like that, but you must go back through St. Helens, I think, if you want to get on like a semi-decent road. So there's no through access from here to Anson's Bay. So yeah, should be cool. I'm looking forward to it. It's a nice big inlet, and hopefully, you know, just as beautiful as here. But they say the fishing is awesome, so I'm gonna give that a crack. But for now, I better go and get ready. Feeling a bit dusty today. Maybe had a little Sunday session last night, and yeah, maybe need a coffee, and we'll be right. We're back on the horse a bit later on. So off we go. Thanks, swim cart. You've been awesome. And it's free, and it's absolutely perfect out there at the moment. It is flipping freezing.